The next morning, as soon as Jacob had given the children their breakfast, he set off toward Arnwood. He arrived at the still smoking ruins of the mansion and found several people there, mostly residents within a few miles. "Have you heard anything about the king?" inquired Jacob. "No, nothing, but the troopers are all out again, and are gone to the forest." Jacob, who was anxious, hastened away. He arrived at the cottage and found the children outside the door, watching for him. They all hastened to him, and the dog rushed before them to welcome his master. "Down, Smoker! Good dog! We must not remain outside today, for the troopers are scouring the forest, and may see you. Let us come in directly, for it would not do that they should come here." "Will they burn the cottage down?" inquired Alice, as she took Jacob's hand. "Yes, my dear, I think they would, if they found that you and your brothers were in it, but we must not let them see you." They all entered the cottage, which consisted of one large room in front and 2 back rooms for bedrooms. There was also a 3rd bedroom, which was behind the other 2, but which had not any furniture in it. "Now, let's see what we can have for dinner. There's venison left, I know," said Jacob. "Come, we must all be useful. Who will be cook?" "I will be cook," said Alice, "if you will show me how." "So you shall, my dear," said Jacob, "and I will show you how." The potatoes were peeled and washed by the children. Jacob and Edward cut the venison into pieces. The iron pot was cleaned, and then the meat and potatoes put with water into the pot and placed on the fire. "Now, I'll cut up the onions and let it all boil up together. Now, you see, you have cooked your own dinner. Edward, just look out, and if you see anybody coming or passing, let me know. We must put you on guard till the troopers leave the forest." While the dinner was cooking, Jacob amused the children by showing them how to put things in order. But just before dinner was ready, Edward came in and said, "Here are troopers galloping in the forest." Jacob went out and observed that they were coming in a direction that would lead near to the cottage. He walked in, and after a moment's thought said, "My dear children, those men may come and search the cottage, but you do as I tell you, and mind that you are very quiet. Humphrey, you and your sisters must go to bed and pretend to be very ill. Edward, take off your coat and put on this old hunting frock of mine. You must be in the bedroom, attending your sick brother and sisters." Jacob took the children into the bedroom, and removing the upper dress, which would have betrayed that they were not the children of poor people, put them in bed and covered them up to the chins with the clothes. Edward had put on the old hunting shirt, which came below his knees, and stood with a mug of water in his hand by the bedside of the 2 girls. Jacob went to the outer room to remove the platters laid out for dinner, and he had hardly done so when he heard the noise of the troopers, and soon afterward a knock at the cottage door. "Who are you, my friend?" said the leader of the troop, entering the door. "A poor forester, sir," replied Jacob. "Under great trouble. I have the children all in bed with the smallpox. Nevertheless, we must search your cottage." "You are welcome," replied Jacob. "Only don't frighten the children if you can help it." The man, who was now joined by others, commenced his search. The troopers took no notice of the children. They searched thoroughly, and then came back to the front room. "It's no use remaining here," said one of the troopers. "There's something that smells well," said another. "What's this, my good man?" continued he, taking off the lid of the pot. "My dinner for a week," replied Jacob. "I have no one to cook for me now, and can't light a fire every day." "Well, you appear to live well. I should like to try a spoonful or 2. "And welcome, sir," replied Jacob. "I will cook some more for myself." The troopers took him at his word. They sat down to the table, and very soon the whole contents of the kettle had disappeared.